Whatever I said, whatever I didn't mean it. Hi, I'm assuming everybody is aware of Stephenie Meyer's books, vampires. And also, you may be aware that Alex Day, a person on YouTube, read Twilight, a chapter at a time, and said things about them, which was funny sometimes. So I thought I might try and do that with Eclipse for one video probably. I don't think I want to do. It's quite a big book and it's probably not very good. So yeah, I thought I might give that a go. I don't know if it'll be funny. It probably won't be. It might be. I'll be as surprised as you will be. So here we go. I'll start from chapter 1 and see how long I can stand it. I've read some. I think I read half of Twilight because I wanted to sort of get into the mindset of the people who would enjoy Twilight, and I know a lot of people do enjoy it, and I wanted to know why. I didn't discover the answer, but we can't know everything. So I don't really know what this book is about. I don't know what happened in the second book. This is, I think, is this the third one? I think it is. So we'll just have to muddle along, and you'll have to put up with my ignorance on the plot. I'm sure it won't matter too much, to be honest. Firstly, before the story has even begun, she's put in a quote from Robert Frost, which is probably going to be better than anything that follows in the next quite a lot of pages. So she hasn't really started very well. There's a preface which is so general it could be about anything. She uses the word subterfuge, but I don't. Does she know what that means? I doubt she does. So we'll start with chapter 1. Ultimatum. It's dramatic, isn't it? And it starts with a little letter. Look, that's form challenging, isn't it? And it's crossed through as well. It's the kind of thing I might do in my silly poems. But yeah, so Bella, the woman, the girl, the one that's like the avatar for Stephenie Meyer, to put herself into the story and get fucked by a vampire over and over again. So Bella's sort of just thinking about things, and then her dad's making dinner. So Bella comes in, and she yanks the door of the microwave open. "What did I do wrong?" Charlie demanded. "You're supposed to take the lid off first, Dad. Metal's bad for microwaves." Charlie is a policeman, isn't he? I would be worried if the cop in charge of all the things going on doesn't know that metal's bad for microwaves. I wouldn't trust him with a gun. I wouldn't trust him with anything, actually. How does he even have children? Seriously. This guy is a fucking joke. Skipping ahead a bit, we come to one of Stephenie Meyer's famous descriptions of Edward. She does them quite a lot, I gather, and they're always sort of the same, sort of marble skin and black hair or bronze hair or whatever, and eyes and bones and everything, the usual things. Time had not made me immune to the perfection of his face, and I was sure that I would never take any aspect of him for granted. My eyes traced over his pale white features, the hard square of his jaw, so he's got a square jaw. Wouldn't your face have to be like that all the time? The softer curve of his full lips, twisted up into a smile now, the straight line of his nose, the sharp angle of his cheekbone. This boy is all angles. He doesn't sound that attractive, to be honest. The smooth marble span of his forehead, partially obscured by a tangle of rain-darkened bronze hair. I saved his eyes for last. Is she eating his face in some weird three-course meal of bones and angles? Knowing that when I looked into them I was likely to lose my train of thought. She's quite easily distracted, is Bella. They were wide, warm with liquid gold, and framed by a thick fringe of black lashes, like my eyes, actually. Staring into his eyes always made me feel extraordinary, sort of like my bones were turning spongy. I was also a little light-headed, but that could have been because I'd forgotten to keep breathing. Again. It was a face any male model in the world would trade his soul for. Of course, that might be exactly the asking price. 1 soul. I'm moving on to chapter 2 because chapter 1 was boring me. So chapter 2, Evasion, opens with, I felt oddly buoyant as I walked from Spanish toward the cafeteria, and it wasn't just because I was holding hands with the most perfect person on the planet, though that was certainly part of it. Just what makes me want to punch her. She's not even real, but I want to punch her. Maybe it was the knowledge that my sentence was served and I was a free woman again. She's never going to be free. She needs to get free of Edward, that's what she needs to fucking do. Freedom was so close, it was touchable. Tasteable. That's not a word. Stephenie Meyer, she's the queen of just odd little sentences that don't really sound right. It was hard to escape such an omnipresent topic as graduation. She takes quite lofty things and then applies them to very small things, and then it doesn't seem right because she's making a big deal out of things that aren't a big deal. And she's trying to emulate how you feel as a teenager, but it just comes across as lame, to be honest. I think here Edward's doing that thing where he creeps up on Bella. He keeps doing it, but she's always surprised by it. She always is like, oh my god, you're here. But like, he's always there because he has nothing else to do with his life. So she's on the computer, just, tapping away. Are we a little impatient today? He murmured. I looked up, intending to make a sarcastic remark, but his face was closer than I'd expected. How close exactly was his face? Like, ah! His golden eyes were smouldering, just inches away. So she didn't see him when he was inches away? Is she blind? And his breath was cool against my open lips. I could taste his scent on my tongue. I couldn't remember the witty response I'd been about to make. I couldn't remember my name. He didn't give me a chance to recover. If I had my way, I would spend the majority of my time kissing Edward. There wasn't anything I'd experienced in my life that compared to the feeling of his cool lips, marble hard, but always so gentle, moving with mine. I don't think lips are as hard as marble, somehow. Marble's quite hard. Like, you can make buildings out of marble, you can't make buildings out of lips. Believe me, people have tried. Doesn't work. I didn't often get my way, so it surprised me a little when his fingers braided themselves into my hair, securing my face to his. It's quite an odd way to describe kissing someone. My arms locked behind his neck, and I wished I was strong enough to keep him prisoner. Bella's a psycho, she really is. Stephenie, she's just writing porn for herself, and not even the good kind of porn, just bad. It's bad porn. If she'd called this book Bad Porn, book 3, then probably I'd be alright with that. At least you know what you're getting. Eclipse, it's not eclipsing anything. That's more like one of those really tacky catchphrases you get at the bottom. Eclipse is not eclipsing anything. I won't end on that, but I will end on this. I just want you back for good.